Well, I was buying some cards and I thought, well, maybe you guys would like to see me buy some cards. And what goes on when I decide to buy some cards? What am I thinking? What's the thought process? And we're just going to update you on just, I guess, lots of things that are going on. Presently, I'm renting cards using the auto renting system that we're still testing, and it's still probably a few days away from a beta release. But I have been renting a bunch of Untamed cards. We will get to the buying of the cards, but this relates because I was needing to rent. I was needing some Untamed Silver level cards for a guild tournament. Um, so we are clicking on Untamed here. Actually, we need to go to the testing environment. You won't be able to access this. It's specific to a couple of accounts. Sorry. All right. Sorry, not sorry, because there does need to be a few things fixed before I would feel comfortable letting it out to everyone to test. All right, so I've got a bunch of cards that I'm willing to rent. So this line here is all my bids. So even if I looked at just the legendaries, let's try to compartmentalize it here. And it's a different layout than maybe you're used to. Better columns, a little bit nicer layout, but it may take a little moment to get it organized in your mind. Oh, it's a little bit different. All right, so we need to go to level 2. That's the deal. So we're going to click on level 2s because it's silver. This is what I was noticing. I was getting amazing deals on bronze. Like really, really good deals on bronze. Like cards would come in for way under what I was willing to rent. But then I went to silver with that mindset and I had low listing and nothing would fill. And so I raised it the next day and still nothing would fill. And then I did it again and I've gotten 3 of the 15 different legendaries. So still not amazing, and I just upped them 40, 50, 70. So much higher levels, and maybe that's kind of normal in your guys' mind, but I'm not sure. So I looked at what I was renting at, and then over here, and it just seems like Untamed had such good rates. If you can see here, 80, 90, 140%, all that sort of stuff. Um, really, really good rates on them. Now, some of them are a little bit lower, 30, 40%. Sorry, I keep on getting messaged. We need to close that down so you don't have to hear that. All right. Um, so my opinion was, man, I should go after a few of these Untamed cards to own because I didn't actually buy that many Untamed. And I have a lot of betas and alphas, and then I took a break and I didn't buy a ton of Untamed. I mean, I definitely have a bunch, but I also started to think that there's there's a lot of max level cards, but not a lot of max level players because it takes more than just the cards to get up to max level. You have to make your way all the way through silver. You have to make all your way all the way through gold, and then through diamond, which you don't necessarily need max. Like it takes a lot of skill, and so there's maybe not a lot of people needing those max level cards. That's just one of my thoughts there. So just a second, I need to close down. All right, cool. Just keep on getting messaged on Discord left and right. Actually, I want to see who that is and yell at them. All right, I'm back. It was actually a developer answering some very important questions. So there we go. All right, so where was I? I noticed that silver had some decent percentages. I also noticed that I didn't have a lot at very specific levels that I thought were important. Like if we go and look at just the epics now, um, I mean, these aren't super high, but there's certainly some decent 150, 250, and maybe these prices are just crazy high. And I think that when we get a bid system in, and you'll be able to see the span of bids. If there's 50 bids for this Asmari Harpoonist, we'll be able to analyze that. You'll be able to analyze that data and have a better idea instead of just saying, well, the lowest listed right now is 54. But what about the 20 that already got placed? What were they going for? So we'll have some good information about that, and it may impact the price of cards. Now, will it impact the price of cards to go up or down? So right now, if we go in and make some purchases of just some untamed, maybe just untamed epics, and go through and see if there's any, like I don't want to get any of those maxed ones anymore, but I'll be interested in going through and seeing if there's some non, like silver level, which is 4 or 3, or like the bronze levels 2. So I like the 2s, I like the 4s, I like the ones that are perfectly up to the levels, or the ones here that have a really cool use case. So a 2 would be fine, but 9, this is the 32, this is the level 5. Okay, so not interested in that one. I'm going to go through real quick and see if there's any like cool deals where you have a decent spread between multi BCX and not, um, uh, and that sort of thing. Well, first of all, I want to show you a few that I bought, and we still have that bug. Well, I consider it a UI bug, where when you click, it goes to your profile, and I didn't want to. I wanted to do the drop down menu. Anyways, so we got a few. These are a lot of bids, and I set those up the other day with you guys, but wanted to show you a few that I got. Luminous Eagle, Goblin Fire Mage at level 2, a level 3, a level 2, a level 2. I got the Serpentine Spy at level 5, and that's a common. So that was one of my bigger purchases. But halfway through, I was like, I think they probably want to see what I've done. So not like super duper expensive cards, but a decent amount of medium level cards up to here. And then since that's happened, I've gotten a bunch of, like 6 or so bids come through. So let's go back. Now that you're caught up with why I'm doing this and where I'm coming from, um, we're gonna sort it actually by price BCX. That's good, and I'm just gonna go through and see if there's any of those kind of cool deals. A 20 would be a 4, but we're looking a little bit more for a 3. But you get a stun, and that's pretty awesome. There's not a huge gap between these two. So I'm in no rush, and look at the gap between, a level 4 and a level 1 is not big. So it's not like exciting. This isn't. I'm looking for deals. That doesn't feel like a deal. Now a 16 is awkward because I'll need 4 more to get it up to 20. Um, and that gap here isn't great. So 16 to 20, and I noticed that Soulstorm rents out for quite a bit. The gap 17 to 20, okay. Headwinds, I guess headwinds is decent. I'm not sure. I already got a bunch of good deals, so I'm not expecting to see a ton. I understand that. Um, but we're just going to double check, okay? What we haven't looked at much is the gold cards. Um, there is no like multi BCX gold card deals, you know? Man, there's no cards really available for that. I've got some bids in here and there. I'm definitely interested in the 200 range, low 200s. Now, are there any cards that are available in the low 200s? No, 340. That's it. The Beatrix Iron Hand at 400 is interesting because I assume it's a pretty good price on it. Um, if you look here, well, it's about midway. The regular version, 140, the higher version, but we don't know if this price is getting matched. So we will know soon, but um, if you act before all of the information comes out, you may be ahead of the curve, or the information may come out and it may tell you were wrong. So there is that risk. I wish that Coral Wraith was a low level Coral Wraith. That would be awesome. Now, the rest would be cool, but you up to 20. 20 isn't necessarily bad on the Coral Wraith. So, of all the cards in here that I've seen so far, this Coral Wraith is definitely one of the best. You see what I'm saying? You get an awesome ability, Rust, um, which reduces the armor on all these. It's a great card. If you look over here, it's way high up on the list. It is really high up on the list. Now, what is it at a level 4? It's got a new ability, and I'd assume it goes up even a little bit. Well, there's nothing available. There is only some gold cards available, which I happen to be renting out to people. Um, and you've got amazing deals for the regular cards. And even in level 6, you've got that's pretty good for max level. What about for level 2s? I mean, just all across the board, it's an awesome card. People ask, um, they want to. They're like, you're renting out cards and making money, and yeah, well, you have to know the game. You spend some time researching through things, and it's not like buying a house. It's not a 40 or $200,000 investment. You get a bunch of smaller investments, maybe like a 400. I like it though. I am on board with that one. This huge price gap, especially when this number is lower than this number. But again, I don't want max cards. But look at that. Now the gap between the next one isn't very big either. We can go do the same thing, Mythica. So let's collapse that. And Mythica, we just don't know. The probability that's going to be rented out at 243 is low. Look at someone rented out one to me for 12 at level 3. So let's go to the 4s. 40%, 170%. There are no level 3s available in regular edition, which is interesting. Level 2s look like where they're at. Level 2s and level 1s. Um, Level 4s, I don't know. Maybe not. It looks like a good deal. That would be my second option. Lobsterdamus are all about the level 1s, but you gotta magic reflect has got to be pretty awesome. So, but look at the gap here. $30 a piece would be great, but I don't want a max card. I don't play at max level. I don't think I ever will again. Maybe tournaments. I don't think there's a ton of max level renters out there compared to the number of cards that are maxed level. So I think we're looking silver, gold, that sort of stuff, even bronze level. So, but 38 a piece for a, I don't know. I want a level 3. It would be awesome in this tournament that I'm playing coming up, but I don't know. All right. So, I mean, I've thoroughly examined, in my opinion, uh, Epic Untamed. Now, don't forget to hit the refresh button and get some new numbers in here. I guess you'll have to figure out if any of these things change. Look at that, would be awesome at 9.8. Um, uh, you know, a level 4 has a knockout, and there's not a big gap, so I'm not in a hurry. But who wants to get one that's over combined? No one wants over combined stuff anymore, in my opinion. Now, if we go to Asmare, sorry, we want to go here. If we go to the Asmare, which is really good at low levels, it's a really high ROA on this bad boy. 259. What about the rest of them? Pretty decent. If you go lower, I think that it's much popular lower levels. So, anyways, what did we have in there? We had a Coral Wraith. I feel like I kind of want to do this one as well. I told you I was buying some bigger cards, and I have in mind some bigger ones. We'll get to legendary, but I guess we're gonna make you wait for legendaries. You're gonna have to watch the video. You notice that I do these videos to just as I'm doing my own normal stuff. It's like I'm not even really doing these videos for you. I'm just happen to be recording what I'm normally doing. So, I mean, you guys are special. I didn't mean it like that. Just joking. Yeah, no, I don't want these max level. Not anymore. I have max level stuff. I don't play max level. I don't I don't know how many max level people there are. I guess that would be good information to know. Now, this could be interesting. In general, where are we looking for rare untamed? I mean, low or high ones are going to be good. Um, this guy is great lower level. Look at this, level 3. You know, that's not too bad. You could get a couple of them. There's a bunch of them. Um, so maybe that means they know something I don't. I'm not sure. Let's take a look at the squid. Ooh, low level at low cost. Still way below the bid, which concerns me a little bit. I mean, I don't know how much below that is. 168 versus 141. That's not terrible. Now, how many of these are going to be already purchased before I jump in there? That's the big question. And then I'm going to have to go in and do some like perfect combining, get them directly to the level, not over combining anything, because that's kind of a waste. So any of these cards are particularly amazing, or like the bid is up pretty high, and we've got a really good differential. Living Lava is one that I am keeping an eye out, but don't want max level. Even though max level is a pretty cool thing. Look, you get thorns, which is pretty awesome. Um, yeah, just not interested at 590. Um, it'd get me up to my level 4 pretty quickly, but at 590, maybe not. So we're going to keep going through. We're going to look at these. The Untamed summoners weren't that great. The dice summoners are way better. But we'll look at some of the gold versions. It looks like 70 is kind of the low level, 50 to 70. Um, so there's nothing too exciting. There's another way to look through this stuff that I wanted to show as well. I wanted to show the difference between gold and regular. And it looks like Wizard of Eastwood Gold is a good deal. It's a great deal, but you have to buy 22 of them, and the next best deal is 150. So 120 a piece, but you have to buy 22 of them. That's $2,600. That's a max level. Again, not presently interested in those. Um, this is a little bit cheaper for the Mother Kala. Um, uh, but is it going to be another max level? It isn't. It's a level 4, which is perfect. The gap is, I'd love to see a bigger gap to go, oh, that's a great deal. But I think that's decent. Now, you have to recognize that. So we're in rares now, right? So let's open up the rares, get rid of the epics, look at level 4s, and see where we're at. We have some decent APRs on stuff. Wizard of Eastwood, and the Kala is one of those lower ones. Now, where did all these kind of like end up with the golds? It's not awesome. 74 isn't terrible, but again, you have to take all this with a grain of salt because you don't know if these are actually getting rented at those levels. All right, but level 4 perfectly combined. I believe that's perfectly combined. It doesn't show us the gold, does it? That's funny. I think we have to go here. Yeah, so it's perfectly combined. 4 is what it says. It's perfectly combined. It's at a good level. Um, it's good, a good ratio. I mean, Contessa at 8 is interesting, but this is the one where it's 8 only because it's max level. 9, though, if you want to get a level 5. I want level 4s. So Bortus, people love playing Bortus. That's what I've noticed being in a bit of Silver League and a little bit of Gold League. Bortus is popular. Pyre, though, is my favorite from the whole bunch of Untamed Summoners. 180. The ratio between the two isn't amazing. Now, what? This is just one way of saying here's some deals on golds. That's in my opinion. So, or here's some deals on the high end. Here's some deals on regulars this way, or these are just terrible prices on golds. Um, Goblin Chariot though at 175 is an awesome deal, and it's a level 3. Um, uh, I like Goblin Chariot. Anyways, it's a lot of money right here. Coral, Asmare. Do I still want all of these after looking through stuff? And you know what? I think I do. It's 87,000 DEC, folks. And which is even more painful because DEC price is a little bit lower. So I'm paying a little bit of a, 5-10% premium just for you guys here on the stream. All right. Let's go back to um, price per BCX. Or we can do price per card. And that's the one where the Goblin Chariot is much lower, and that's why we bought a few. Are there still more available? Yeah, I guess there was even more available. I didn't buy them all. The gap between that per seller and the next one isn't huge. All right. So look how fast it goes up from 170 up to 6, and then for those summoners, 8, 10, 12, that sort of thing. So The cheapest of the summoners, $10 per 1 BCX for a level 1 card, I should say. Um, like, this looks even more interesting to me. I don't know what people have against the Goblin Cherry. It's a neutral card. It has a 3 attack, a 4 speed. It has very low health, perhaps. You get to play it in all sorts of contests. It doesn't have piercing. Piercing's not that great. So I think we're going to grab a decent amount of those. So there you go. Untamed, though, are we thinking Untamed is going to go down in value compared when all of the Chaos Legions start to dump? So there is risk here. It may not be an amazing idea to do this. So, but I'm doing it. I've committed to this idea. Um, uh, I'm thinking Chaos Lead the rentals on Untamed are decent. It's going to be playable in the modern format. I don't know, a bunch of different interesting reasons. All right, so I want to go back to grid because that's where it shows me this kind of differential. Actually, I think we have something. Lowest price per BCX to buy, low BCX versus low bid, low price versus low BCX. This is where we see that differential. So low price is 370, low BCX is 220. So this is exactly what I was doing on grid mode. Oh, we're going to click on this. I added that to the cart. I don't think I want a max level, so we're going to remove it from cart. All right. So a good deal here at 220. So the biggest savings, Serpent of Eld. So what I would just do is go through and look at 247 for a level 5. I like that. Let's see what Serpent of Eld is doing over here. Serpent of Eld, 66%. Okay, a little bit less interested. Oh, that's only golds. Let's unclick that, and let's look at Serpent of Eld, 189. Again, you got to take those with a grain of salt. 28%. And a lot of them available. And they're cheaper than the level 4s. Hilarious. Hilarious. Now, what needs to happen is I have a bid for 8 for a level 4. I would assume that we need to fix it so that it grabs the 6 DEC on a level 5. So, but we got some work still. Like, there's going to be more and more features to go along with all this bidding system. So, I think I'm maybe a pass on the Serpent of Eld. I'm not sure. Level 5 gets a return fire. Holy, that's not that's pretty decent. I won't be able to play that in my upcoming tournament. Now, the differential in price between the next one isn't big, and the 14 level 3 perfectly combined to level 3, I believe. Yep. That looks pretty good. So, I think I'd be interested in this. And, yeah, I'll grab one. So this is my new favorite tool here. Look at the price difference. 12 to 8. 31% lower, but that's because it's a max level. But the next level, decent, and this is the one I would want to at 25, so never mind. Drake Varnex is just also not that exciting. Living Lava. Um, yeah, that wizard is cool. If only it wasn't max level. Unicorn. So let's do this again on Epics and see if we got the best deals. We're going to refresh the page. The War Chain. Well, we already got the Coral Wraith, but that's like almost max, so not a good deal. War Chang, not a good deal because it's a max level. This isn't a max level, and this is the one that we say that was my next favorite thing to go get. It still is. Sorcerer, it's just expensive, so I'm giving it some time to think about. Oh, there's a level 3, almost for the same price. And is that perfectly combined? Yes, it is. And you get 1 extra speed. Talk about a letdown. No wonder these level 3s aren't that exciting to people. You might as well just get a level 2. Um, but they go up in price a bit. The Sporcerer now becomes my next favorite one. Pyromaniac. 12. No. All right. So should we do this on common, and then we will get to what you're probably most interested in is the see if I'm going to spend some big money on a legendary. There was one I was considering. That's why I'm like, let's go do this video. All right. So commons, the price differential here on the Sniping Narwhal. We're looking for a level 5. It is not a perfectly combined level 5. It's like an awkwardly combined one. I don't like that. It's basically a level 6 if I put a little bit more into it. 75 though seems decent. I don't know. Cobalt Bruiser, definitely pretty cool, but level 6, do I want? There's a lot of other options right around that same range. A lot of imperfectly combined cards. I want it to be 60. Oh, I'm fine with 30. Or was it 30 or 40? 30 to 60. Okay. 30 or 60. Here's a 30 at 50 cents. I don't know. I think I just bought a Cobalt Bruiser earlier today, and that's one of the ones I showed you guys earlier. So Albatross, you just don't really care about at those higher levels. Goblin Fireballer, it's never been a favorite of mine. Magma Troll, that's interesting. The Magma Troll combined to level 6. No, no, thank you. I don't need a max. Or that may not be max, but it's too high. Let's see. Yeah, well, 6 isn't bad as a common. It's only $180. Is it perfectly maxed or perfectly leveled? No, it's 1 above 6, which means I would want to get 3 more. I'd get 1 extra health. I don't know about it. Let's go back to, let's look at the commons and see what they're going for, shall we? 20%, 70, 120, 114. This one, it's because it's based off of 9.9, but I was capable of getting one at 2.4. So what's the reality? We don't know yet. We need more tools. We've been waiting on more tools, more data, I should say. So this is I don't know. I'm gonna look at the grid for a moment. It looks like we have 1 in the cart. You guys see anything? Don't tell me. Go buy it. I don't care. I like this because I love Maggot's card. Not in real life, I guess. Um, this would be cool, but it's so much higher. I don't want a level 8 Maggot's card. Okay. All right. I don't don't see anything. I did put a bid on Failed Summoner. It looks like it immediately got outbid, like super fast. I did that earlier today. So, part of the strategy is, do you want to spend the time in a bidding war or just make your high bid right from the start? All right, so now we go to legendaries. The moment you all have been waiting for. All right, probably not the moment you've all been waiting for, but let's compare low price versus low BCX. It's a very big difference if you get a multi BCX cron, but I'm going to guess that's a max. Ooh, look at a level 3. I'm hoping for a level 2 at 274. That's pretty cool. That's pretty decent. It's over combined, I think. Dang it. People, stop it. All right, what's this one? Oh, it goes up by $40 a piece. This one's up 60 compared to that one. Yeah, lame. Lame. Oh well. You know what I'd be willing to do though? If I go to grid, I'd be willing to a high bid's 325. I want to look here. There's no multi BCX bids until you get down to 140. I'm gonna put a bid in for 180. And tell you why. We're gonna go for 3 with a max. Well, let's do 4 with a max BCX of 3. So we can get one of those level 3 or level 2 cards. If someone's like, yeah, well, I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but we'll see. All right, we're going to go back to the compare to see if there's any other interesting deals. Looking at them in several different ways. Low price versus low BCX. So Chain Golem has a big differential, but most of these are going to be because they're max or almost max. This one is $60 more. So the differential between 324 and 260 is not huge. But it's maybe interesting. So someone out there. Chain Golem Gold. That's a big difference. Yoden Zaku. There's a difference there. Phantom of the Abyss for 125 when you're thinking Kron for 220. Phantom of the Abyss is a good card. It's a level 3. I want level 2s, people. Maybe a level 3, but there's decent price protection here. Like, they're all kind of low-ish. All right, let's keep going. Mimosa, Gloridax, Magus, Byzantine Kitty. I mean, obviously I want all these cards, but I want good deals. Diamond Dragon for 88. So we're going to look at low price cards. And then Diamond Dragon at 88 is interesting. I like the Magus. No one likes the Guardian. He probably shouldn't have been an epic or a legendary card. He probably should have been an epic card. Dragon Jumper. All right, prices go up quite a bit. Now, what about gold versus regular? So, Magnor is 229, which means he's expensive. So, is that 2,500 a good deal? I don't know. Byzantine Kitty for 100,000. That's funny. So, how much are the golds? That's the question. A gold Sacred Llama for 7,000. That's crazy. How much is the gold Yoden Zaku? 25,000. That's out of my limit as well. So there's a lot at 1,500. But this kind of tells you, a decent amount. Is the Magnor amazing at silver? Because you'd get a level 2. He'd have Enrage. He gets Enrage and health at and wait, he gets Enraged, health, and an extra attack at level 2. Level 2, like that doesn't seem that seems overpowered for a level 2. I mean, if you go to one level up, you get Trample, which is okay. A Trample and a health. Enrage seems better than Trample, to be honest. And the fact that you get Enrage and an attack and health. Here you get from 2 to 3, you get a lesser ability, and you don't get an upgrade in attack. Level 2 is where it's at for Magnor. Returned Fire isn't that exciting, but you get one more attack. I mean, if you're at 5 attack, you're already killing it. You're already probably killing people in one shot pretty often. If they're in range, I guess it's I don't know. You definitely want health though for a taunt thing. Level 2 is awesome. I mean, I'd love to get some more level 2 Magnors. Now, let's confirm if it's awesome. Let's see if the market is saying it's awesome. So we click on Legendary. We click on Common. Let's refresh everything. So we got new prices coming in. And let's go to level 2s. And what's high on the list? Magnor is very high on the list, but he's very expensive. He's very expensive, so you're not going to get that good of return on investment anyways. Like, legendaries just aren't that great, except for Vigilator? That's strange. But it's saying 99. I got mine for 7.4. So you just can't trust a lot of these numbers until we have a good, solid system. I don't know. Do I want Magnor? Do I have many Magnors? That is the question. So we're going to go to... we're on buy. I want to look at... I want to look at my cards. It's going to take a moment to load them. And then I'm going to go to Legendaries and Untamed. I always loved Magnor, and people were like, man, it's not that good. It's not that great. Looks like I was right. Just kidding. Let's do... Let's click on this one. So the best options are these ones at the bottom. This is what I'm actually getting on rentals. I'm actually getting 50% on these level 2s. And I probably am getting way lower than what I should, is my guess. No, look, I am the lowest priced one. Getting decent deals, except for the Phantom. So now I'm second guessing getting a Magnor. They're dang expensive. Dang expensive, 229 a pop. I don't know. Give me a moment to look a little bit deeper into things. These are bigger expenses. Let's just go to grid. I want to look at it this way now. 229. Kron the Undying, if you could get a multi BCX, would be even cheaper. The high bid is 160, which seems like a good deal. So I definitely want to put my my hat in the corner. See if we can get two of those. There's a lot of. There's just not any really, really good deals going on. That's what I think. Bids take all the good deals. Bids take all the good deals, folk. And so you gotta bid. And I just did. I've got myself a bid in there now. These bids are very high. All right. So what about these bids? 1,000, 1,100 on these, going up to this. I'll tell you the truth. I was thinking about getting this Magnor at 2,500, but I'm not going to. I got to use my own strategy, and I need to just say, hey, I'm willing to pay someone 1,250 for one of these Magnors. But the other thing is, someone outbid me here. So I'm going to say I'm willing to pay 7,200 DEC for any Untamed gold foil legendary. And then Kron the Undying. There's just not a really good bid in there, is there? I would definitely pay 1,500 for gold foil Kron. That is an easy decision. No one's putting the bid because I guess they're expensive to make. Got to have that much money. Now the mage, you got to put a bid in here. 2,100. Do I even have enough BEC in my account to handle a bid that big, or is it just going to be in standby? 2,500, 2,500. I mean, it's all about the the mage, Zaku, Kitty, Kron, maybe Mimosa. It's got a decent sized bid on it, and Magnor, and oh, this one too, Phantom. So let's put $1,200 bid on this. It's $300 or $200 higher than the last one. But sometimes, I mean, someone's not going to sell it to you until you have a good bid in there. The Diamond Dragon seems like such a cool card, but no one seems to play with it. We'll see. All right. What did I still have in my cart? A Serpent of Eld. I just think I'm done. I put in some bids. I didn't pull the trigger, but I put in bids. So let's go back to the market history. I got all those chariots. I got a couple of bids on the Pellicor Bandits come through. Asmari Dice, and a few other cool ones, including one of the biggest purchases was the Kala and the Wraith. Some pretty good stuff. So just upping my game. And one last thing, I want to go back into seeing what cards I have been successfully able to rent out. All the ones that are delegated to Jarvie are the ones that are renting out. So look, my rentals is doing all right. There's already a few people that are realizing the error of their ways, my rental was much higher than what they rented it to. But no one knows, right? No one knows what these what my bid is because the system hasn't been launched. All right, so look, 200. I'm getting it for 16. So good deals. But look at this one. I could be getting it for a little bit lower. I got it at 4.8. I could get it at lower. So, um, yeah, all good deals. Look at the percentages, these high percentages. I'm getting at 7.4. The next one is 100. That's probably why they're canceling. And I do not blame them. That's a huge differential. So, all right. Hope you enjoyed the video. Just it's nothing too exciting. If you guys wanted an update on what's going on vouchers, price of uh, price of vouchers have gone down, which has made me happy about how I stayed half into the liquidity pool. So, but they may just go right back up. In fact, I mean they may be up quite a bit right now. So we're gonna go look at voucher, and yeah, they went up by a little bit more. So 18.3. I think this was like at 22 for a bit. So it is. I wish you could determine the candlestick. Like I'd love to see every 20, 30 minutes, but they don't do it. So I've got a couple of buy and sell orders in, but they're huge on the other opposite ends of the range until I figure out what I'm really willing to spend, which I don't know. So I don't know. The range has been both higher today and lower than yesterday. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. We kept it under 1 hour, and if you're listening at 2x speed, we did even better than that. All right, peace out.